everyone, how's it going? So as you all know, we've been to Darwin and we had a nice lovely adventurous time over there in midst of nature, and we felt so connected spiritually. It is definitely different to the rest of Australia, and it makes sense when everyone says that. So do check it out, and I hope my videos are going to be helpful for a lot of people who are going to be visiting Darwin. So I've already been getting messages from people saying that in midst of their research looking to travel and visit Darwin, they came across my videos and they felt inspired and it's helpful for them, and I'm glad. And yeah, and I'm so thankful for the lovely experience that Darwin provided for us. It is a good place to visit. A lot of people did reach out when I put it out on social media that we are going to go there. A lot of people reached out asking if we need any help and things like that. So it was nice. Not a lot, I wouldn't say a lot compared to Perth. So definitely not as many people as Perth as compared to Perth. You cannot compare because Darwin's population is very less compared to Perth, and it's mostly a moving place because there are a lot of tourists, so people are coming in, going out, coming in, going out. So it is mostly a visiting destination, so it was lovely for a visit. But in terms of relocating, it's not the one, because as you guys know, I've been in Brisbane for so many years now and it's time for a change, and I want a place to call home. So I wouldn't say Darwin is it, unfortunately, and I knew it probably would not be it. That's why I put it as the first one in our list to visit, because I thought it's only if I visit I'm going to have an idea about the place, because there's no point of looking at rentals, going there, relocating, and realizing that place does not have our vibes. So the inclination is towards Perth. So now it's between Perth and Adelaide. So these two places are the next ones that we are going to visit, and of course I'm taking all of you along with me virtually as well, as myself and my son explore these different places and get a feel of it, hands-on feel about it, because no YouTube videos are going to literally provide that experience and that feeling. You can watch it, but to know that genuine feeling, you have to go and experience it yourselves. You cannot take shortcut, especially when it comes to things like relocating. One thing I love about Perth is that there are a lot of Indians, and one thing I love about it is that there are a lot of Anglo Indians. Oh my god, I feel like I'm going to a second home sort of feeling, because knowing that they are Anglo Indians there makes me already feel warm, welcome, and homely. So I don't have to be more nervous or reach out the way I was frantically trying to reach out to people via social media at Darwin before going there, because we have that strong Anglo-Indian community there as well, and knowing that deep inside, it's like a relief feeling on its own that it's providing me. So yeah, that's going to be pretty nice. Even if you don't get to meet a lot of Anglos or meet a lot of people during this visit, at least it's a relief to know that there are a lot of Anglo-Indians at Perth. There are a lot of Malayalis, a lot of Indians at Perth. People seem to be more laid back and welcoming, and I think rather than the visiting vibes of Darwin, we might get that homely vibes that we are looking for, the community spirit and that supportiveness and the stability, security feeling, some place to call home. I think we might just find it at Perth. If not, Adelaide is the next option, so we will be visiting Adelaide as well. So yeah, for now Perth first and then Adelaide, because Adelaide is closer to Brisbane. But yeah guys, I wanted to go straight from Darwin to Perth, but obviously the climate is still cooler over there. It's on the cooler side, so I thought, okay, we'll just make a step into Brisbane, get all our clothes, winter stuffs as well, and a fresh fresh batch of clothes, and then go to Perth. And so that's what, so it gave us a little bit of relaxing time, but it was still a little bit, we feel rushed, but it's still, everything is organized and ready for Perth now. So again, back all over, catching the flight to the other side of Australia. It is like if Darwin was 4.5 hours to go there, Perth is almost about 6 hours of flight. And yeah, and unlike Singapore Airlines, when I go to Kochi, Kerala, the one to Darwin didn't seem to have internet or Wi-Fi. I hope this one does. If it doesn't, I'm gonna buy internet. I'm not gonna be sitting there and just sitting there. But it is good maybe for 4.5 hours. Like, it gives you a meditative sort of a feeling, because but still, you know, you can't relax on the flight, because even if you want to go rest or sleep, there are flight attendants coming in and out. But I might not even have to buy internet, because it is a like almost 6 hour flight. I booked it in such a way that going there and coming back is at night time. It was nice when we came from Darwin. I can show you guys the footage. The flight was beautiful during the daytime, because we could actually see what's going on outside. But at night time, you had no clue, you know, how the place looks like. So it's good to have that bird's eye view of a place. So I'll show you guys that clip of Darwin's flight. The northern tip of Australia, Darwin, and off to Brisbane. Bye, Darwin, the Northern Territory of Australia. I'm going back in another direction to Brisbane.
Good afternoon, everyone. The seatbelt signs have been switched off, but for your safety, we do recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Just a reminder that smoking, vaping, or using e-cigarettes is not permitted with the seatbelt on the crew for assistance. If you're in the main cabin today, which is seated from rows 3 onwards, you will find 2 toilets at the rear of the aircraft.
Yes, look at this. What is that? It's like a... Is it a path? Is it a road? What is that? It's like it's water flowing through it. Must be a water body.
Virgin Australia acknowledges traditional owners of the lands on which we fly and pay our respects to elders past and present. Local time here just on 20 minutes past 7.
Guys, we are
There is a half an hour time difference
Brisbane.
between Queensland and the Northern Territory. We'll get you to the gate very shortly.
From Northern Territory, Darwin,
and the
Mystic
aisle exit there is the
Darwin.
seatbelt sign is switched off. Remember to
Thank
take care when
you
you
for
open the
the
lobby.
wonderful
Please make sure you have everything with you
experiences.
before we leave.
Everything was new. We enjoyed it. Thank you for making us feel
At
welcome.
this stage, the evening will be leaving through the forward door only onto
And
the aeroplane.
you're welcome back
if there is any
to
change.
Brisbane.
We're refueling for smoking vaping. Or using e-cigarettes is not allowed anywhere in the terminal. You may not take the devices off flight mode.
We're back in Virgin Australia. So yeah, guys, so that was the clip of Darwin's, you know, flight back to Brisbane, I would say. And yeah, we've just been flying and flying and flying, haven't we? We've been flying and flying and flying. Yeah, guys. So I think Perth might be a bit more laid back compared to Darwin. At Darwin, according to astrogeography, I had my my Mars and Venus lines going through there, so that Mars was making me feel more adventurous and more, but the Mars also has, you know, elements of aggression and competition, but there was Venus bringing out the sensual and more creative sides within me. So I felt that definitely. Of course, I've been discussing with AI, artificial intelligence, as well as to which place would be more suitable, but AI is suggesting Perth, but it does have some harsh planetary lines in there as well, so I'm not sure. See, every place has its good and bad, so I just have to find a good one within Australia, because Australia is where at present I would like to settle. You know, we cannot say about the future, because Brisbane was always home. You know, for many years I never even thought about leaving Brisbane, and now see, all of a sudden now I'm saying I want to change from Brisbane. So you cannot really predict or say how you're going to feel in the future, like that. I even went to Kochi, Kerala, and then I realized, yeah, I like Kochi, Kerala for visiting. It is my hometown, but not for settling. Settling Australia itself is the best as of now. We can never say about the future. So as of now, that is what it is. So guys, yeah, so what do I say? So at Perth, it's mostly my moon lines. So, if sun is like the masculine, moon is the feminine, it's ever changing. You go through the cycles, of the moon, waxing and waning. And yeah, it wanes and waxes, and you get the full moon, and it has more water elements, so it's more emotional. So I think that's why I feel more emotional about Perth than those Mars Venus sort of competitive, aggressive, adventurous vibes and energy. It's much more toned down. Only issue I'm having is like where Perth is, moon is in the 12th house, so it could bring aspects of maybe loneliness, or could go extreme in those aspects. So I'm a little bit worried about that, but luckily it's just astrogeography of Perth. Moon is in the 12th house, and my birth chart moon is not in the 12th house. Moon is actually a planet that helps me with my, like, many years back I used to do my cooking videos and things where I use my hands to show you guys, to cooking and things. So that was moon, the planet moon, in my birth chart. So in my birth chart, it's not in the 12th house, but when we look at the astrogeography of where Perth is, it's coming to the 12th house, and 12th house is like not an ideal house. So I need to go there and experience the vibes and see if any other, there is the saving grace of Jupiter. That's what I'm hoping for. So the Jupiter is a planet of optimism and expansion, and that might buffer out these negative aspects of moon. That's what I'm hoping. But let's go there and find out, guys. It's always just, we are just going for a visit. We are not relocating at the moment. We're just going to see how the vibes are. But overall, I think people would be, but people I meet might be more emotional according to the moon. It could even have the negative sides, people who are maybe lonely or going through depression or whatever. So but then at least my videos are very optimistic and helpful for many in those ways, even how to deal with isolation. I have a lot of videos covering different aspects, as I journey through different times and different scenarios in my life as well. So it will definitely help a lot of people. I'm sure they're a bit more emotional and a bit more isolated, because Perth itself is one of the most isolated places in Australia. So already I can feel those vibes, and I can understand why moon is in the 12th house astrogeographically through Perth. And I can understand why Darwin has those Mars and Venus vibes, because the aggression of Darwin, you go in there, there are crocs and crocodiles and people, and even the men are like all moving, active, and then you go to Perth and it's like rural, isolated. In Darwin, to go from one place to the next, no delay, nothing. I came to Brisbane, I'm running late everywhere, guys. I'm literally running late. Even for my family gatherings, it was last minute plans at Darwin, you can still make it on time. Last minute plans at Brisbane, you can't make it on time. You get stuck at the traffic light. There's a lot of traffic. From where I am to go to the city, it's taking a while. And I'm like running late. Late means like literally even half an hour plus late, and it's not good to be late in a place like Australia. In India, okay, fine. The traffic is like that. There is an excuse to always be late. But in Australia, despite the traffic, despite everything, there is an expectation to keep time. And I'm so sorry if I have offended unknowingly anybody, because I haven't been able to keep time. I've been rushing myself and at the same time trying to give time for others, and it's just been a roller coaster during this stopover at Brisbane. And I heard Perth is like, because it's isolated, again, to go from one place to the next, it is going to take, maybe 20-30 minutes by taxi or whichever means of transport. It takes that long, to go from one place to another. For example, like Belmont, I heard is a little bit dodgy. So I'm not going to say the place that I'm staying at, but again, from the place where I am at, it takes about 20-30 minutes, like that. So yeah. At Darwin, we stayed at Muirhead. So that was one of the posh locations, guys. And that was really nice. Like, it was very safe. And that's why Indian kids, mostly Indians, and they were all like playing and having fun, and it's just such a safe locality. Like, it was really good, Muirheads. I don't know about other places, so I'm trying to avoid places that people say are a little bit dodgy or a little bit not safe, or like I'm just trying to stay reasonably safe at a good area and explore other areas, especially when I'm looking out for rentals. Once I decide where to which is a good place, then I can decide according to that. So, and if Brisbane is the best, so be it. Brisbane, then Brisbane. But Brisbane, it's just getting too much for me. Too crowded and too, like, especially after coming from Darwin. Like I said, I'm running late everywhere, and Brisbane is just like not feeling like home anymore. And you have to be true to yourself. If a place is not giving it, if you're not feeling it, there is no point of pushing it. Sorry, guys, I'm using my hands to hold this phone and talk to you guys because I don't have the stand and things. I don't have time. Like, I'm literally gonna catch flights and go to the airport as soon as I finish recording this video for you guys. But I have to keep time for you guys. That is something I like to do. I like to share my experiences and everything with you guys. I take you guys along. Like, I keep it real with you guys. I just have to do this because I know, even if I feel like nobody's watching my video or nobody, but when I get your messages, when I read your messages, and I know at least my video, even if it's for one person, the one person, it's so helpful and it's doing something for them, so be it. Maybe somebody is lonely on a particular day and they see my video and it cheers them up because they feel that that somebody's there, somebody is talking to them, somebody they can relate to, and get that familiarity. I'm just happy to be able to do that for you guys. So that's why, despite everything, I just make it a point to just come over here and be there for you guys as well, share my experiences. If you guys are going through the similar things, like it's okay, don't worry, because I'm an Aquarius. I'm always futuristic, and sometimes people don't keep up, and it takes time for people to keep up. And during those times, I have felt alone and unsupported as well, and it's not the best feeling. But if you believe in yourself and your intuition rather than following the crowd, even if you're going against something, at least you're believing in yourself. That is called authenticity. It is not easy to do that, so I get it, especially in today's society with different people, different opinions, different sorts of things. You have to be expected to be in certain way according to others, according to this. So it's always hard to be true to your individuality, and you need to have a level of strength and certain values and grit to be, and resilience and a lot of other things to be able to do that. So it is a everyday working experience, and I want my son to also practice that. So I can only practice what I preach, so he looks and learns from that, and he does not fall for any unwanted peer pressure and has his own say. And that's how I have always been. For example, like this video recording and sharing with you guys, it was a skill that I got, and it turned into a hobby. I didn't understand at first it would turn into a hobby, but it was something that when I was a kid, from my father actually inspired me to just take the camera. At that time, we used to have this video camera whenever we used to go out. My father already was unknowingly in training, giving me training to do vlogs. I used to zoom in, and sometimes and after that journeys, my father watches those videos. We all sit together as a family, we watch the video, and then my father says, certain points, if I'm zooming too quickly, he says, oh, you're zooming too quickly, you have to zoom slowly, it has to be smooth. So I was always learning like new tips and tricks, and I'm very thankful for that experience. As an Aquarius, we get our gurus, our teachers sometimes, and my father figure has been inspiring me in so many ways since I was a kid. And we clash in so many ways too, because my parents are fire signs and I'm an air sign, so fire signs can get a bit more aggressive and controlling. I'm controlling and fixed myself, being an Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, so we do clash. But and have our differences, but we are not all expected to be the same. You know what I mean? We have our different paths and journeys, and but yeah, the inspiration came from there. And there was a point in my life where I wanted a purpose, and then one of my cousin brother, he told me, don't give up. He was there like at the worst, my lowest time, and he said, don't give up, find your passion, find your hobby. His hobby at that time was playing the guitar, and I tried it. I just went and got a guitar, and he was teaching me literally through Skype, but then I found that it's not for me. My fingers were starting to hurt, and I was like, bro, maybe this is not my hobby, but I need to find my own hobby, and maybe that might take me somewhere, you know, because I have to be passionate. But he was the one who inspired me that you need a hobby. You need a hobby. Despite your work, despite your responsibility, despite you being a parent, despite you being a partner, despite you being a, you know, whatever role you have as a female, you need a hobby that you're passionate about. That is where you move away from work and you can relax. You find meaning in it. You find value in it. And I'm a creative person. I started cooking. I felt like, you know, sharing is caring. I like to share. I'm creative. And then one day I saw this beautiful fish curry on Facebook, and I thought, wow, that fish curry is so nice. It's so red. Wow. That inspired me. And I was like, oh, I'm cooking every day. You know, this inspires me. Rather than cooking and eating and just keeping it to myself and in my household, what if I just share it like this with everybody? That fish curry is what inspired that red fish curry. I still remember that, seeing that post. And then I started doing cooking videos, and then many of you even say, even now some of you say, oh, I've been following your cooking videos, Andrea, I used to love it, I enjoyed it. But you know, but that time I think I went into cooking because I saw that fish curry, and that inspired me. So I was cooking, making cooking videos, and I thought, hey, why am I just sticking to cooking videos? Why can't I expand myself? And cooking videos were so long. Some dishes, they take like an hour, 30 minutes, and it's a long videos, you know. So I reached a point where I was getting busy, because then COVID came and I could work from home, and I was a parent as well to my son. So I thought, I want to make short videos. What do I do? And then guess what? TikTok came. And TikTok, you can make like short videos and just use your creativity and be creative and share it. So I went into that platform, moved away from cooking, and people still say, hey, Andrea, I miss your cooking videos. They're still there, guys. Some of it are still there on my YouTube. I lost most of it. Some of it I used to just put photos in the beginning and put the recipe, but now I take videos. You know, I just like to, yeah, it started off with me just taking photos and putting it out there with typed recipes, and I thought, oh, this may not be how I want to express myself. I want to just be personal. You know, I want you guys to get to know me, like this is me, this is my way, so that you get that familiarity, you get that personal touch. That's why I was not satisfied with the photos. I wanted to give that personal touch, and then I turned into videos. Then I wanted shorter videos, and then it went into TikTok. And then now I thought, okay, my son is at an age where he wants to explore. We need to socialize. We need this change. So let's do vlogging of places that we are going to, because whenever I'm looking on YouTube, I'm not finding certain things that I'm looking for. So when I go to a place and I find it's interesting or going to be helpful for you guys, I just share it. And yeah, you guys have become part of my lifestyle, and I'm happy to have that connection, to read your messages, to read your comments. I don't reply to messages that are sent to me personally, but I do see you guys comments and everything. But I don't have time, you know, I'm just doing this much for you guys. That's all I have time, and then I'm focusing on my life. But I do read your comments, so do comment, do subscribe, do send those stars. You know, it is you can buy me stars. You might even get free stars that you can send me, so that's also going to be a form of payment for me for all the hard work. Not that I'm expecting, I'm not doing it as an expectation, but it's good to even have this as a side business and make some income out of it, because it does take time and effort. And as of now, I'm just doing it for free, and I've been doing it for many years, so you guys can know, you know, without anything. Even when I had like maybe one like, I just did it for helping even that one person, because it was just, I'm passionate about it. Is my hobby, you know, that my cousin brother at that time said, it is important to have a hobby. and I'm just doing that whenever I have time, because it is a stress relief for me. It is a time of reflection for me. I can see my growth emotionally and everywhere when I look back at my old videos, how much I have improved, where I have to improve, keeping on when I'm moving forward. And it's just a journey, it's life's journey, guys. So yeah, and it's been nice, it's been fun, it's been good to know a lot of you and share this with all of you. And yeah, before I catch my flight, I had some time, so I thought I'll just come over here, just let you guys know that hey, I'm back from Darwin. Sorry I didn't have time to tell you guys that. Usually I make another video, or some videos when I'm in Brisbane. Like when I came back from Kochi, I made some videos at Brisbane to show you guys I'm at Brisbane, but it is just a little small stopover. I didn't even have time to see my dog Passion. Usually my friend Isaac brings Passion for his fur trim, but now because I'm in such a rush, I couldn't even give Passion his fur trim, so I have to go to Perth, come back and see, you know. Or sometimes from Perth I might go straight to Adelaide if I'm having that energy. I don't know, I would like to come to Brisbane and then go to Adelaide, but who knows, guys, I don't know, things could change. So because I do it, these three places I definitely wanted to visit this year, that is Perth, Adelaide and Darwin. Yeah, so Aryan, come here. He's sitting here, guys. I'll also show you footage of us having this fruit, like the fruits of Darwin, because you know it's a tropical climate place. So we got some fruits. I don't know the name, I might have to Google. I don't have time, otherwise I wanted to Google it and put it here, but because I don't have time, I'll probably be editing this video on the flight to post it for you guys. So I don't have time, that's the reason why. Okay, so you guys, that fruit, we had that on the way before we came. The lady at that place gave us that fruit at Darwin.
It's like a pinkish pearish something.
Yeah, it's like a pear and apple mix sort of fruit, and yeah, we had that before we came to Brisbane from Darwin. So you guys, I'll send you to that footage, and then we will come back to have a chat with Aryan as well. So guys, look at this, fruits of Darwin. Fruits of Darwin. Crunchy and refreshing.
It's like a little pear, right?
It's kind of like a pear, not very sweet. So yeah, guys, so that's it. So we felt very loved at Darwin. It had this energetic vibes. Whenever I talk about Darwin now, I'll have that spiritual energetic vibes. Aryan was fully immersing himself in the water, the food, the crocs, the animals. Just like, you know, he held the snakes, the lizards, the crocodiles. Was totally different. We were like, are we in Australia sort of thing, isn't it? At Perth there is a penguin place, but we probably might not be going to that. Let's see, what are your thoughts about Perth?
I think it's going to be like normal, but then since there's new places like the Royal Perth show.
Yeah. So guys, as you all know, we went for the Royal Darwin show. I don't know if it's the Royal Darwin show or Darwin show, but yeah. But now we are going for we are thinking about going to the Royal Perth show, God willing. So if we do that, you guys are gonna see the video of that. They have fireworks with drone displays and things like that, is what I heard. A lot of bloggers have already started, not bloggers, vloggers. A lot of vloggers have already started vlogging the Perth show first day. I think it goes for a few days. It goes up until 28th. I think it's the last day. So definitely we want to make it. And yeah, so the Royal Perth show. What else were we planning on? There is a Fremantle, is that how you call it? Or ornamental? I don't know. There is a place like that. I think it's Fremantle or something like that. They have a market, so that might be similar to the Brisbane and Darwin markets. We don't know, because Darwin, the good thing is when you go for the Darwin show or the markets, it is not at all crowded, because the population is quite less and mostly tourists, so we could just relax. There is no like fighting with the crowds and like, you know,
Like pushing for the
yes, like you're like, because I'm a spiritual person, you know, I'm very sensitive to energies of people and the vibes, and I get like pretty drained out, like, you know, in the crowd. So Darwin was more in tune with nature. You can regenerate, you know, you can that watching that sunlight and sunset itself gives you that vitality. And I don't know about Adelaide. I know Perth is more emotional because of my planet moon and things going through their moon and Jupiter. But because Jupiter is a planet of expansion and new opportunities, it is good. It is good for kids and things like that. So whereas I don't know, I have to see, don't take me on this because I haven't been there yet. This is just based on artificial intelligence and, you know, my astrogeography. Like, yeah, in Darwin it's same like Kochi. It's more of a relaxing luxurious vibes because of Venus. But Adelaide is going to be interesting as well. Adelaide, though, it's going to come with responsibilities of me trying to balance out family with work, because Adelaide is going to have more of a career focus to the place. Career focus. I don't know which planet it was now thinking about it. I don't know, I have to check the map again. But yeah, guys, so Adelaide has more career focus. So that's also going to be interesting because it's going to be like work pressures plus family and me trying to balance it out where I'm not able to enjoy as much as, you know, these places where it's more luxurious vibe. But that's okay, you know, even while I'm at Adelaide, if I cannot enjoy and I'm stuck with the responsibilities of family and work, I can always go for a visit to other places that are more relaxing when I want that sort of a change. So it's good to be spiritual. Astrology is also a science, so I use it. I use astrogeography, I use astrology in my day-to-day life, because life is not perfect. We all human beings, you know, we all go through the ups and downs. It is just that you cannot judge someone just because they are having only ups or only downs. So it is always, if you there is a down, there is going to be an up. When there's an up, you know, it goes down a bit, goes up, like that, you know. So everybody's navigating through this, everybody is on the same boat, and that's why I like to connect with all of you, because we all in one way or another interconnected and we are on the same boat. So what do you have to say, Aryan?
I think it's going to be exciting, and I'll say it's going to be like, I don't know yet, but I'll say it's going to be satisfying, like that.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, we don't know yet, but we still have some good places in our list of things to do at Perth. We don't want to be traveling every day because, again, school holidays are getting over. Aryan has his classes online, so he will have to wake up early morning. And yeah, the other thing is Perth follows Asian time, so which means we have to wake up 3 hours earlier compared to if you are in any other states of Australia. So that's going to be interesting, but similar to the vibes at Kochi. At Adelaide, we won't have that issue because I think Adelaide is like half an hour time difference. I think that's about it. But yeah, Perth is 3 hours. Darwin was half an hour. So I think Adelaide would be half an hour. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, so every place has its own differences, different vibes, as you can see, you know, and it's interesting to explore these and compare it with Brisbane. And now we are like, I don't know yet when it comes to Perth. But when you ask about Darwin, we definitely know because we've been there. So we like to get to know Perth. So Perth, I know a lot of Anglos have been so welcoming towards us, you know, my fellow Anglos, because we are also Anglo-Indians, and Malayalis are there, and also a lot of Indians are there. So good, and safety index is good at Adelaide as well. So a lot of the population is much more at Adelaide and Perth than Darwin, and that's why we have a lot more people reaching out to us when we put it out there that we are coming to visit Perth and welcoming us, compared to when I put it out there for Darwin. But still, the community, even though small, is very nice. Everybody knows everyone, and you get that sort of a country style vibe at Darwin, even though it's a tourist place. Perth is more spread out, so it's going to be interesting. I'm not delaying anymore, guys. It's been, I think we've been talking a lot for today, and yeah, I need to just get organized for the airport. We don't want to be talking to you guys and miss the flight, but I will try to edit this video while I'm on the flight or something, and whenever I get time, post it to you guys. So yeah, guys, okay, you have anything to say?
Not really.
Not really? Okay then, guys.
excited.
Oh yeah, you're excited.
Because I'm just interested to go.
Yeah. All right, that's
It's like I
great.
just want to see what's going to like happen, like the vibe.
The vibes, yeah, exactly, guys. That's the thing. It's that wanting to know, how is it? What is it going to be? At Darwin, we were more excited and we just wanted to run. We didn't even want to know how the vibes are. We want to run because that time it was freezing cold here at Brisbane, and we were just excited knowing that Darwin weather was really hot and nice compared to similar to Kochi, Kerala. And as soon as we went there, we were just jumping, we were enjoying in the sunshine, we were just outdoors and in the water and everything, and we're just happy to get rid of this winter, but definitely not a place to relocate. So Perth means now Brisbane is also having a good climatic condition, and we are like, we are okay here, but we just have to visit the place. But because we're not feeling that vibes anymore here at Brisbane, we're just bored of it. We are kind of like, it's just like it's not giving us that newness, that change that we like. So yeah, I think that's where that excitement and that interest comes from, because even kids places, most places, South Bank and the fun zone and everywhere, Aryan has already explored, and it's like same thing. Now even with friends or anybody suggests us, hey, you want to go to this place, I'm like, same place. But still there are few, see, we have not explored all places at Brisbane. Like I said, like the other day we went for the family lunch, and it was near, like not too far away, and still that place, I didn't know that place existed. So the Amdonis restaurant, I didn't know that place existed. So there are still lovely places. There are still lovely places that we haven't met yet or we haven't visited yet. So yeah, definitely. Alright guys, so hope all of you enjoyed this video. Take care, love you. Bye bye. See you guys at Perth, Western Australia. I got to get used to it because I always say Darwin. Initially I used to say, oh, welcome from Darwin, Queensland, and I'm like, oh, it's not Queensland, I need to re-edit that video. Welcome to Darwin, Northern Territory, Darwin, Northern Territory. And when I reached Brisbane, it's like still like, oh, I'm in Brisbane, Queensland now. It's it's like that. And now I'm going to be saying Perth, Western Australia, Perth, Western Australia, Perth, WA a lot. So be prepared for that too, guys. Bye.